Hello, hello, hello out there, everyone. How's everyone doing on tonight? Hope that you are doing well. I would like to welcome you to tonight's show on tonight. Of course, this is 24 Hour Boss, and this is the platform where we empower creatives, Christian professionals, and entrepreneurs through digital tools, education, and inspiration. And hope you are doing well on this Monday night. And we have a great discussion or topic that we're going to be talking about tonight. And that is going from digital product to your first sale. So if you're interested in trying to uh, create a digital product and get your first sale, then I'm going to give you a little blueprint on how you can do that. I guess first, I want to make sure that I am being heard. If you can hear me, if you're watching, you can just put in the chat a one and a two. That first, a one, you can see me, a two, you can hear me. So if you could just put that in the chat, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you are watching, if you could like this video. And if you're not a subscriber, if you could subscribe to the channel. So again, we're going to be talking about going from digital product to your first sale. And that's what we'll be doing on tonight. And so, like I said, I'm going to be just giving a simple blueprint on how you can create a digital product and hopefully from that digital product, get your first sale or get a sale from it. And you may be saying, well, I don't do anything to have a digital product. I think everybody needs a digital product. And I think everyone that has a business, I think you need to really look at yourself as, I don't know if you can say consultant or coach or, something of that matter, because what you have to understand is that you're in a position where you can help other people. And there's going to be other people that want to know, like, how did you get started? So whatever your genre is, or whatever wherever you fall in the spectrum out there, there's people that want to know, how did you get to what you're doing? How did you get to what you're doing? And so people want to know that. So you have to also not only look at yourself as like a professional in what you do, but also, you could be a coach or somebody that can help others to do that. You can teach others like what you're doing. So that's something that, that you can consider. But again, I want to welcome you to tonight's show. And again, I want to make sure that I am being heard out there. Let me make sure. Just waiting to see if I can get this confirmed. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Latasha. I appreciate it. All right. So, I want to just share with you what we're gonna do on tonight. So let me get my screen up. Let me get these off. Okay. All right. So let me share this. Okay, so this is kind of what we're going to do. This is kind of the blueprint that we're going to use. We got ChatGPT, we got Canva, we got PayHip, which is where we're going to upload our product, and then that actually should be how we'll market it. So landing page is one way to actually market it. So that should say market it, right? So that's kind of our layout of what we're going to do. Now, you don't have to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, of course, can assist you and help you with that. And I have a pretty cool uh, thing that I want to use tonight. And so for our product on tonight, and like I said, you could use whatever you want to use. You can use it could be a digital product, which could be like an ebook. It could be a checklist. It could be a guide. It could be anything like that. You could also use a actual physical product, but if you put that product in PayHip, that would of course make it digital. Of course, you would have to ship it, but that's what that would do. And so on tonight, we're just going to use a ebook or a guide. And actually, I have a guide that I came up with and that I asked ChatGPT. And so, like I said, this is just a simple guide that we'll use on tonight. Like I said, it could be anything. Like I said, maybe you're a coach, maybe like my wife, she's a realtor. Of course, she makes candles, but like I said, people that are in these type of positions, like if you have any type of business, then you got to start looking at yourself like as some type of leader and somebody that can help others. And so having maybe a digital product is something that could help other people. Like for example, I use the real estate agent. People need to know. Maybe you could come up with a checklist, right, for people. What are some of the things I need before I buy a house? So you can come up with 7 things you need, or 7 things you need to have in place before you buy a house, right? Of course, you can make this ebook. You can make it free, right? You can make it free. I think the most important thing is building a relationship with people. Okay, so of course, you could charge for your ebook or your guide, but you could also have it free, where in exchange for maybe their email address, they'll get this free guide. So that's one way you could do that. But the main thing is building a relationship. In our example tonight, I'm going to use ChatGPT, or I use ChatGPT to come up with a guide. And so I asked ChatGPT, I said, can you create me a 7-day guide on how to become better at waking up early and stop snoozing my alarm clock? And ChatGPT gave me a 7-day guide for this. And so this is our layout for our ebook, right? And the pain point or the value in this, because if we do create something, one of the important things that it needs to be, first of all, it needs to be easy to make. It shouldn't take you too much time to make it. The other thing, it needs to solve some type of problem, right? So a lot of us, myself, right, sometimes we deal with the problem of keep hitting the snooze button, right? Sometimes we oversleep. Sometimes it gets us in trouble, all of that. Well, this guide is going to help us. It's going to give us some pointers, some tips on how we can get out of that little funk of hitting the snooze button, right? And so that's what I asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT gave me a great little 7-day. Actually, gave me a 7-day wake up challenge, and I'm going to show it to you. It gave me a challenge, and it gave me some tips for each day, so that it could help you to get out of hitting that snooze button. So, our guide or our ebook, like I said, it needs to be easy, right? Easy to make, solves the pain point, has value, and those are some of the main things that it needs. Okay, and I'll just read some of the things that ChatGPT gave us. So it called it a 7-day no snooze wake up challenge. Okay, and it's got day 1, set your why, plus your wake up time. Day 2, sleep environment, reset. Day 3 is wake up anchor routine. Day 4 is no snooze commitment. Day 5 is the morning reward. Day 6 is reflection plus adjust. And it gave some really good ideas for this. And day 7 is lock it in, accountability plus faith. Okay. And like I said, it gave some really good things to do in order to get out of, keep hitting the snooze button. And I really like the tips that it gave. But so we're going to take this information and we're going to put it in our guide. And so for our guide, for us to create our guide, we're going to use the great Canva. And let me get this on the screen. And so for Canva, all you have to do, let me share this on Canva. All you have to do is type in ebook. Okay, as you can see on the screen there, all you have to do is type in ebook. Okay, and that's all you need to do is type in ebook, and Canva's going to give you this whole list. Like you can see here, there's a whole list of ebooks, right, that we want to choose. So our guide that we're using tonight, and like I said, maybe you got 7 steps or something. Maybe you got 7 tips or 10 best, right? So you want to find one that has some pages to it. And I'm going to show you the one that I use, that I use to create this with. And so I'm going to share with you the one that I came up with, or the one that I used. And let me get it. Okay, so it's actually here. So like I said, when you type in ebook, Canva's going to come up with so many, but we want one that already has pages because we're going to edit it. Okay, so this is the one that I actually used. Okay, I used this one right here, and of course, like I said, when you click on it, you'll get to customize it. Okay, and so Canva's going to take us to the customization screen. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to begin to change this ebook into our guide that we came up with to keep us from snoozing. Of course, this one had a few pages, but I'm only going to use one of these pages. Actually, this page I won't need because our tips that we have, it's not a whole lot in it. So this page here would be perfect, where I can just add a picture and add the information from ChatGPT. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this from 10 to 7, because remember, our guide is 7 days. It's 7 days. It's a 7-day guide to help us or to keep us from hitting the snooze button. So we're changing this to 7, and this right here, of course, is going to be our, let's see. So here's our Chat GPT right here. So we're going to take this information, and I'm not gonna go through this whole thing because that would be too time consuming. I already have it actually already created and done. I'm just going to show you just how we would do it in Canva, maybe one page, and then of course you can duplicate those pages. Okay, and so we're going to copy that. And this is going to be the name of our guide, right? So it's already getting set up how we want it. So it's the 7-day no snooze wake up challenge. Okay. And with us only having 7 days, then we'll only need 7 more pages. Okay. But first we need to set up our first page. Okay. So here, of course, you'll put your name. So I'll just put 24-hour boss. Of course, your website. If you got a website, you'll put it here. If you don't have a website, don't worry about it. You can actually just delete this and just have your name there. But we'll just put 24hourboss.com. Okay, so our cover page is coming together quite nicely. Okay, and hang on a second. Like I said, I'm not going to show you that whole thing. I just need to actually, there's some pictures that I used. All right, so let me share my screen. Go back to sharing my screen here. Okay, so being that this is a 7-day no snooze wake up challenge, we need something that that sells this ebook and that gives it, right? So this first page, of course, we're editing this book it's got some glasses. So what I wanted to do was come up with something that relates to sleep, right? So you could probably use an alarm clock here. You could probably use, maybe somebody waking up. And actually, I use this right here. I saw this, and so I use this guy. Looks like he's waking up, right? Looks like he's refreshed, and man, he's ready to get the day started. Okay, so this is our cover page for our ebook. We already got that. Like I said, this one here, we're not gonna need this, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, so here's our second page, and this is gonna be our the rest of our pages is just gonna be our days. Okay, and like I said, I'm just gonna do this one page because it would be too time consuming to see it. Like I said, I already have it done. So let me show you that. Let's go back to Chat GPT. Actually, my information is here. And actually, I copied the information that was in Chat GPT and I put it in. Just Google Docs. Okay, and so actually that's not our page. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out. So here is gonna be the title for our first day. We're just gonna paste that. Day 1, set your why plus your wake up time. Okay, and let me just ungroup this because I need to get rid of some things here. Let's put this here. We won't need that. And this is gonna be our info. So here we go. Like I said, it's really simple what ChatGPT did. So I won't need a whole lot. Okay. So our text is gonna go here. Our bullet points. We'll take that out. Okay, and here we go, right here, right? So here is our, excuse me, here's our first day, kind of lining up, all right? Here, it's looking for our social handles, so you can put yours, whatever yours is. Like I said, I'm just gonna put at 24 Hour Boss, of course. Here again, it's looking for, you can put an email. I'm not gonna put an email here. I'm just gonna do the website, 24. Here we go. Looks like Canva's saying it lost connection here. 24hourboss.com. All right. And here we go. So here's our first day, but now we need to also change this photo. Okay. So I'm going to use this guy right here. Actually, I think I used a different photo, but I think you'll get the gist of what we're doing here. And so here's our second day, right? So I'm sorry, this is day 1. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna duplicate 6 more pages for our 7 days. So we'll just duplicate, okay, and you can just do Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, and there's our pages. And of course, like I said, you'll just edit this for day 2, day 3, day 4, and you'll just go through it and do all of it. Okay, now once we have our ebook done, okay, once we have our ebook done, we're then going to download this in Canva, okay, and we're going to save it as a PDF. So we'll save it as a PDF, download it, save it to our computer, and then we're going to take that downloaded file, and then we're going to put that in PayHip. PayHip is, and like I said, I talked about PayHip in the last live that I did. PayHip is where you can actually sell products, or you can sell digital products. You can create courses, and actually I'll show this to you here in a moment. But and even if you don't have a website, you can use PayHip as your website, until you get a website. But you can put all your products there, right? Whatever it is that you have. And you can also create like a nice little bio for yourself also on it as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our ebook and we're going to upload this to PayHip. And let me just make sure I got that set before I show that to you all. And of course, all you have to do is just, of course, create an account with PayHip. PayHip is totally free. It's payhip.com. And actually, also, let me see if I want to see if I can get the actual ebook up so you can see the finished one. Uh, I want to show you that as well. I'll show you the finished PDF once I pull it up. Please, that's it right there. Okay, now let me share my screen for you to see PayHip. Okay, and again, for those that are watching, we are giving you just a blueprint on how you can create a digital product, go from a digital product to your first sale. Okay, so we use ChatGPT to get our information for our ebook. We took that information and we put that information inside of Canva, or we went to Canva to find our template for an ebook, and then we put our information inside of Canva. And once we get that created, we then save that as a PDF. So then, of course, once you get a PayHip account created, what you're going to do is you're going to go here to digital product, and you'll upload your PDF here. Upload your PDF here. Of course, the name of it is going to be the 7-day wake up, snooze, or whatever your title is. Then you'll price it. If you're going to sell it, if you're going to price it, you'll price it there. And you'll have also, you need a product image. I would suggest you do, you could do 1,000 by 1,000 pixel, or you could do a 1080 by 1080, which is like an Instagram post. Just create a picture. And I'll show you the picture that I use, or actually it's the picture on the cover that I use. And then of course you'll have the details, which you just put your details here or your description, and you'll make it visible. And then once you have all that information, you'll save that product, okay? Or you'll add the product, and that's gonna show as a listed product on your PayHip website, okay? And I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Actually, it's here, okay? So once we get that, then when people come to your PayHip website, this is what they'll see. They'll see all your products that you have. Of course, I'll just have this one. But look at that, right? This is our ebook, and I priced it at $1.97, right? But this is it right here, 7-day snooze wake up challenge. Of course, I created this in Canva, you know, just to put that there, just to give it, you know, some nice design. But this is what it's gonna look like. And so once you have this done, now you have a shareable link inside of PayHip. So my suggestion for this would be, and let me just share this on the screen. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. So this is how you can promote this, okay? So you can promote this in stories, right? On Instagram, Facebook. Create stories for it and create a link and share it on your story. And I say stories because a lot of times you can share it as a post as well, but with stories, a lot of times posts get ignored. You know, if you have a Facebook page or Instagram page, you know, posts get sometimes ignored, or people may not like it, or, you know, they may not, you know, interact with it, right? Even if they see it. But with stories, you can actually see who all sees that story. But most of the time, a lot of people, they may not like your posts, or they may not interact with your posts, but they will look at your story. So you can get a lot of more, I would say a lot of more traction, a lot of more visibility on a story versus just doing it as a post. You can do it both ways, right? Test it out. But share it as a story, and create a link where people can actually click on that link and see the guide, okay, or see your ebook, whatever it is that you create. You could also, prior to launching it or releasing it, you could get, some of your closest friends or some people that you're close to that you trust, get them to look at it, give it an overview, and give you a honest review on it, right? And then have them to actually promote or put a public testimonial out there about it. That way you got some some history, and you got some information out there about your guide, your ebook, whatever it is that you have. And that way, that kind of gives you some leverage so that others can see that, hey, look, other people are talking about, this guide, this ebook. So that's a way you can promote your guide, ebook, or digital product, whatever it is that you use. You can also do a landing page. Of course, I'm not talking about that tonight, but a landing page is just like a website where people would click on a link and they would go to a page that shows them maybe something like this, right? Something like the guide that you saw on PayHip, but it'll just be a place where they can go and they land on that page and they see all the information about the ebook. A lot of times landing pages are also maybe asking for someone to, provide their email address. Like I said, you can have it free and they can provide their email address in exchange for, the guide or the ebook. So you could also do it on PayHip as well. So you could create a landing page as well. And actually, I'll talk about landing pages another time, but I'm just giving you a way you can promote it, right? You can also do paid ads. Instagram, Facebook, all of them allow you to do paid ads. So you can create a post for it, and then you could create an ad for that post. That way it gets more eyes, more visibility that way as well. So that's pretty much it. I mean, this is the blueprint, right? So you taking ChatGPT, using that information, and you can use it to create whatever guide you want to create, right? You're taking that information and you're gonna find you a ebook template in Canva, put that information in Canva, edit it and create it in Canva, download your PDF, upload it to PayHip or whatever site you're using, like PayHip. I use PayHip. I like to try to provide you information that provides free or low cost. So PayHip, I know you can use it free. So you can upload your ebook there. I mean, you can have your whole store of products right there on PayHip, right? And so, but you can upload it there, and then you can share your link with the world, right? And market it. So hopefully, through you just marketing it, and hopefully, that people see the value of whatever it is that you create, your digital product, you can make your first sale. And that's kind of what it's all about, right? Trying to get that first sale. And so, like I said, in a nutshell, that's pretty much it, right? That's all it is to it. And so again, this is it. It's not hard. I know sometimes it could seem hard. Now, probably the main thing that might be difficult if you're not familiar with using Canva and finding an ebook, that might take you some time to figure that out. But other than that, Canva it's pretty straightforward. I tell people that, the way to get comfortable with Canva is to use it, to play around with it, edit some templates, and just get familiar with them. And after a while, you'll be a pro in Canva. Canva is a application that, definitely emphasizes that you don't have to be super tech savvy in order to use it. So it's definitely a application that I recommend. You don't have to use Canva. I mean, maybe, you have another application that you use to create ebooks, which is totally fine. I just use Canva. I'm used to it, and it works for me. But I would definitely recommend it if you don't have nothing that you're using. By all means, go with Canva. So yes, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Going from digital product to first sale. And so I want to thank those that were able to watch this, and those that may even come back later to watch this video. Please, hey, make sure you like the video, share the video. And also, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So we appreciate you all being here. Appreciate you watching. Also, if you enjoyed it, also leave a comment down below. Or if you got questions, about Canva or even about ebooks or even about trying to create a guide, maybe you got an idea that you want to do. You can always send me a message, hit me up, on any of the platforms that I'm on, email me, and I'll be more than happy to try to assist you as best as I can. But like I said, that is it in a nutshell. Appreciate you guys watching. And hey, we'll see you all in the next video. Have a blessed week.